Our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts.
The victims were in airplanes or in offices, secretaries, businessmen and women, military and federal workers, moms and dads, friends and neighbors.
Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil, despicable acts of terror.
The pictures of airplanes flying into buildings, fires burning, huge structures collapsing, have filled us with disbelief, terrible sadness, and a quiet, unyielding anger.
These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat. But they have failed. Our country is strong.
A great people has been moved to defend a great nation.
Hi, Lisa. It's Elaine. I know Todd was traveling today, and I was just calling to check in. Have your television turned on? Have you seen what's happening?
Elaine, what are you talking about?
Isn't Todd traveling today?
Yes, he is. Why?
Do you know his flight number?
Not for sure. I think he was trying to make an early flight with Continental to San Francisco. Why, Elaine? What's going on?
Turn the TV on. There's been a plane crash at the World Trade Center.
The Twin Towers are now enveloped in a huge plume of smoke, a second plane having just smashed into the second tower. One American Airlines and one United Airlines flight are missing and may have been the plane which crashed here. Speculation is pointing towards some type of terrorist involvement.
A plane has just crashed into the Pentagon, and another is reported to have crashed somewhere in Pennsylvania.
You never know how your life is going to end. But thinking through that Tuesday morning, both of our lives were going to drastically change. I was going home, and Lisa would be at home and remain at home to explain to our two sons. But for now, all she knew was that I was on a plane headed for somewhere.
Thank you for calling United Airlines. All representatives are currently busy helping other customers. Please try your call again later.
Hello?
Brian, this is Lisa. I've been trying to get a hold of the airlines to check on Todd, but I just can't get through. Can you try to find out what flight Todd is on? Just can't do it right now.
Sure, Lisa. I'll see what I can find out. I'll get right on it.
Thanks, Brian.
Lisa? Elaine will be right over.
What's wrong, Mommy?
It's okay. I just don't know where Daddy is right now. But don't worry, we'll find him.
Hey, you've reached Todd Beamer with the Oracle Corporation. Please leave a message.
Todd, I know you are fine. But when you land, please call me right away. I don't know where you are, and I need to hear from you. Todd, where are you?
We have an update on the airliner that has crashed in Pennsylvania. It was not en route to Chicago, as was previously reported. It was actually a United Airlines flight out of Newark that was en route to San Francisco.
No, no!
That's probably not his flight, Lisa. He's fine. We don't know what's what yet. Don't worry, Todd's okay.
No, like that's his plane.
We don't know that.
I'm going to go upstairs. Would you please watch the boys for a while? God, how am I going to do this? How am I going to make it without Todd? What will I tell the boys? They love their daddy so much.
Later that evening, she thought about telling the boys what had happened to me. She wanted to tell them privately. Hey guys, I'm home. Daddy! Hey bud, I got you something while I was in Europe. Oh cool, a soccer jersey! It's got your name on it too. And I also got you this.
What's this naked guy all about, Dad?
You know, David? The guy who killed Goliath with a small pebble? We'll just put that away for a couple of years. Hey, why don't you run upstairs and get ready for bed? I'll put Drew to bed, then come upstairs and tuck you in. Okay, bud? Alright, let's roll. On Wednesday morning, September 12th, Lisa woke up before sunrise to prepare herself mentally and spiritually for one of the most challenging experiences of her life. Telling our boys that I would not be coming home again. She wanted to tell the boys privately before things got too hectic. Drew was too young to comprehend the situation, but David was 3.5 and very inquisitive about everything. As soon as she heard David stirring in his bedroom, she wanted to talk to him. He was wearing his favorite Buzz Lightyear pajamas.
Hey, Big Dave. Come and sit in your orange beanbag chair for a minute. Mommy wants to talk to you.
Okay, Mom.
David. Daddy was flying in an airplane yesterday. You know, most of the time, airplanes are safe. But sometimes they have accidents. David. Daddy's plane had an accident yesterday. It hit the ground really hard. Everyone on board got hurt really badly and they died. David, when a person dies, they can't come home. They can't call us on the phone. We can't talk to them. And they can't talk to us. But because Daddy loved Jesus, he wants to be with him in heaven. Someday, you and Drew and Mommy will be with Daddy. But today, we're not.
But Daddy's coming off the plane, right?
For the next several days, David tried to understand what had happened to me. It was a reality everyone was having difficulty accepting. Once in a while, David would get what he thought was a good idea.
Mommy, if Daddy's airplane had just hit a trampoline, it would have just bounced.
How is a mother supposed to respond to that?
Mommy, when we went to Disney World, our plane landed like this. But when Daddy's plane landed, it went like this. Our plane was safe, but Daddy's wasn't.
David,
If Daddy loved us so much, why do you want to go live with Jesus?
if Daddy had been given a choice that day, he would have chosen to come home. But where he is now is a wonderful place.
Well, when I die, I'm going to choose to come home.
Over the next several days, Lisa heard some of the passengers' phone calls during the end of the flight. She wondered why I hadn't called. I practically lived with a cell phone attached to my ear. If others had found time to call, then why hadn't I? If she only knew how I struggled with that decision.
Lisa, this is Nick from United Airlines. We have just received word from the FBI that your husband, Todd, did make a phone call from the plane. I'm going to give you a number for Lisa Jefferson. She's the airphone operator whom Todd spoke with. She will go over the conversation with you.
Hi, my name is Lisa Beamer. I was given this number. They said you spoke with them.
Lisa, do you have 2 boys named David and Andrew?
Yes, I do.
Are you expecting a baby?
Yes, in January. Did Todd tell you all of that?
Yes, he did. He was very mild-mannered on the phone and relayed information to me very calmly. If I hadn't known it was a real hijacking, I would have thought it was a crank call.
That was so like Todd. Everything planned and very focused.
Todd asked me,
What is your name?
Lisa Jefferson,
Lisa? Lisa!
I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I will be here as long as you will.
If I don't make it out of this thing, please call my family and tell them how much I love them. We're going to do something. I don't think we're going to get out of this thing. We're going to go on faith. They're talking about jumping the guy with the bomb.
Are you sure that's what you want to do, Todd?
It's what we have to do. Will you please pray the Lord's Prayer with me?
Of course.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread.
And forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Jesus, help me. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Are you guys ready? All right, let's roll.
I can imagine the whole thing. From the rear gallery of the 757 to the front cockpit area is a distance of more than 100 feet. Big men move quickly up a narrow aisle, accompanied perhaps by a flight attendant or two, carrying coffee pots, spilling boiling water on themselves as they run. A food cart is used to ram the enemy. All around the plane is filled with screams and commotion.
Jeremy Glick is on the phone with his wife, Liz.
What do you think we should do?
Go for it.
Tom Burnett called his wife, Tina.
I'm going to do something.
Don't confront. Wait for the authorities.
We can't wait, Tina. If they're going to run this plane into the ground, we have to do something.
Flight attendant Sandy Bradshaw is on the phone with her husband, Phil.
We've been hijacked. We are filling coffee pots with boiling water to throw at the hijackers. I have to go. We're running to first class now.
Elizabeth Waino, who has just borrowed a cell phone from another passenger, is talking with her stepmother.
I have to go now. They're breaking into the cockpit. I love you. Goodbye.
Cece Ross Lyles is on the phone with her husband, Lauren, when the screaming
They're
starts.
doing it. They're doing it. Come on, let's get it.
The plane begins to dive. The airplane is obliterated. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
These acts shatter steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve.
America was targeted for attack because we're the brightest beacon for freedom and opportunity in the world. And no one will keep that light from shining.
Today, our nation saw evil, the very worst of human nature, and we responded with the best of America.
Please tell my wife and children that I love them.
I have to go now, hon. I love you.
Just pray, Liz. I love you.
I have to run, Phil. I love you.
All right, guys, let's do it.